सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ जन्माद्यस्य यतोन्मयादितरतश्चार्थेष्वभिघ्नस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र स्त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि धर्मः प्रोज्झितकैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सतां वेद्यं वास्तवमस्त्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनम् श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैरीश्वरः सद्यो हृद्यवरुध्यतेऽत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिस्तक्षणात् निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः। उद्धव गीता 14th chapter 12th verse। निवृत्ते भारते युद्धे सृहन्निधनभिह्वलः श्रुत्वा धर्मान् बहून् पश्चात् मोक्षधर्मान् पृच्छत। Lord Krishna answering to Uddhava's question, Uddhava asked, after hearing about that Paramarthika Jnanam, Atma Jnanam, that is called Vijnanam, he felt that Jnanam has to be explained more elaborately, and to attain that Atma Jnanam, what are the practices to be followed, to be developed, that also please explain to me, Uddhava asked. Because this Atma Vidya or Brahma Vidya is not very easy, or it is not easily available for all people. Therefore, the subject is very, very terse, and a person has to equip himself with prerequisite qualities, characteristics. That also please explain to me, Uddhava asked. Then Lord Krishna answering from 11th verse onwards, what he said, this teaching, Jnanam and Vijnanam, the teaching, Paroksha Jnanam and Aparoksha Jnanam, these are all discussed before by Bhishmacharya on Ampasheya to Dharmaputra. In Shanti Parva, Moksha Dharma, it comes, that teaching of Bhishmacharya, I overheard when he was teaching to Yudhishthira or Dharmaputra. That I am going to teach you now, Lord Krishna said. Why Yudhishthira asked, why Yudhishthira required this teaching? Because the reason is given here in the 12th verse. What is the content of this entire portion? We saw in 2 sentences. Dvaita Bhakti to Advaita Bhakti is the culmination. Puranas present Dvaita Bhakti like Gajendra Moksham. Gajendra is a representation of Jivatma. And Lord Vishnu coming down to protect Gajendra refers to the teaching of Atma Vidya. That crocodile catching that elephant is representing Kala, Desha Kala Parichinnata Vyadhi Jara Maranas, the bondage of the Jiva. They represent. Why I have to present like this story of Gajendra Moksham? As you grow, your intellect mature, the intellect asks, you have to attend that intellect questions and you have to respond. Once in a while, the intellect may question, will question definitely. What is this Gajendra? Gajendra is asking for Bhagavan and coming down Bhagavan. All these intellect will not accept. Intellect is very rational. So all our Puranas will appear after some time, even though we have bhakti and shraddha towards Shastra. These are all only to pacify bhaktas. They are all said like that. We don't give much value for them if you don't understand their efficacy of presentation. That is very important. That is why many people, after some time, they become Nastikas. First, they believe in God, they believe in Puranas, they believe in Bhakti, everything. Once they mature and grow, the scientific attitude is more prevalent. Naturally, all these are some stories like. They are not much significant. This type of thinking will come, already coming in our younger generations. Why it is coming? Because the elder generation, the parents, grandparents are not having sufficient correct knowledge about Puranas, the Gajendra Moksham, or any story of any Purana. They don't have right perception. That is why they are not able to teach their children. Therefore, children are easily, they can look at them as some story like. This is not the children's mistake, but it is the elders' mistake. So what if this mistake is happening like this? So what will happen tomorrow? Because of that lack of Shraddha in that Shastra, Puranas, slowly that person will become Nastika like. Even though they have little bit love for this Sanatana Dharma, they are not wholeheartedly accept. Intellect cannot withstand ignorance. Therefore, this is the prime responsibility of every Vedantic student to know the exact meaning of those stories, Radha and Krishna. Radha is representing Jivatma. Separation, Paramatma, Krishna, separation she cannot withstand. This is the philosophical presentation hidden in that Puranas, especially in Bhagavatam itself. Gajendra Moksham comes in Bhagavatam. Krishna Leela comes in Bhagavatam. Radha, Krishna stories are coming in Bhagavatam. So, when we are going to understand the purport, the purpose of presentation of this Krishna Leela, Radha, Krishna, and this Rasa Leela and Gajendra Moksha, Sabari Moksha, all these are all very, very meaningful and thoughtful. That we have to understand. They are all meaningful and thoughtful. They have high significance for my spiritual upliftment. Then only I can become a Tivra Mumukshu later. That we should not miss. This is our responsibility of also to convey to our children. Very, very important. If you have full conviction, you can convince others. If you don't have, your conviction itself is weaker, if you don't have proper understanding, what we can communicate? We cannot communicate. This is not just a mere story or anything I am teaching for time pass. It is not a kalakshepam. People think Bhagavatam means kalakshepam. They write also Bhagavata kalakshepam. Bhagavata kalakshepam means what? To spend time, time pass. This word itself is a wrong word. Bhagavata kalakshepam. Says katha kalakshepam. Katha kalakshepam and katha is not for kalakshepam. That word itself makes us more weaker and weaker not to understand the exact meaning of Bhagavatam. It is not kalakshepam. It is not for time pass. It is very much as important as Vedanta for me. Every Purana, every story of Bhagavata is as much as important as Vedanta Mahavakya. Without this, you cannot arrive that Mahavakya. Therefore, people have some low idea, low thought towards Puranas. These are all Puranas, stories. I am not interested. I am interested in higher knowledge. Mahavakya only. No. If you are really interested in Mahavakya Shastra, you must be a person of giving reverence to Puranas also. If that is not there, there is something lacking in your understanding, and spiritual growth is not complete. I am very, very firmly telling to all of you, please understand Buddhava Gita is not kalakshepam. Now you see the Lord Krishna presenting the Bhishmacharya's teaching to the Dharmaputra is full and full of Upanishadic teaching. Full of Upanishadic teaching. High Upanishadic teaching, not ordinary Mandukya level of teaching is going to come from the next verse onwards. Now look into the shloka. Therefore, please don't look at the Bhagavata Purana as kalakshepam. My humble request to all of you, and tell others also, never use the word kalakshepam, time pass. Kalakshepam means what? Spending time. How to spend time, people do not know. That's why some katha kalakshepam. No, it is not katha kalakshepam. Even you listen the katha also, there is a great hidden meaning in that. I request all of you, please give that much reverence to this Puranas also. Now, what is the context? Why Bhishmacharya has to teach this moksha dharma to Dharmaputra? He asked, Dharmaputra asked. Why he asked, what was his mental condition at that time is presented in this 12th verse. Bharate Yuddhe, when the Bharata Yuddha is nivritte sati, when it is over, what happened at that time? Srihan nidhana vihvalaha. Dharmaputra was very much disturbed, vihvalaha, because his kith and kin, relatives, srihan, well-wishers, nidhana, because of their death, bloodshed, many people, warriors died. Therefore, then Bhishmacharya taught lot of values, varnashrama dharma, karma yoga, upasana yoga, everything he taught. In Shanti Parva it comes. And Vishnu Sahasranama also, of course, he taught. Shrutva dharman. After hearing all the dharmas, ashrama dharma, varna dharma, etc., etc., having heard all of them, paschat, later, still after listening that much also he is not satisfied, you see. He is not satisfied. Why? Until you come to that moksha point, you can never be satisfied. Trupti cannot come. It is not possible. Therefore, paschat, later, moksha dharman aprichyata. He asked about moksha dharma. What is moksha? So Chaturvidha Purusharthas, first one is Dharma. So Artha Kama is not interested because from the beginning Dharmaputra is not interested in the kingdom. He is not interested in the empire. He is not interested in the Chakravarti Padavi. That sovereignty, he is not at all interested. So Artha Kama he didn't ask. He is interested very much in Dharma. So that's why his name is called Dharmaputra. So Dharma, after hearing also, he is not satisfied. The fourth Purushartha, Moksha Dharma. About Moksha, the principles, what are all there in Moksha Purushartha, Aprichyata, he asked. Hey Tata, oh my grandfather, Bhishmacharya, please teach me, like that he asked. Up to here we saw in the last class. Now I will read the 13th verse. Tanaham te bhidasyami devavratamukhashrutan jnana vairagya vijnana shraddha bhaktyupabhrumhitam upabhrumhitan. Tan aham, simple verse. What he says, Tan means the teachings of Bhishmacharya, Moksha Dharman. Tan means Moksha Dharman. Since you have asked for Moksha Dharma, therefore he is using the pronoun for Moksha Dharma in this sloka. Tan means Moksha Dharman. Te abhidhasyami, I am going to teach you, I am going to impart that knowledge, what I overheard from Devavratan. Devavrata means Bhishmacharya. Devavrata Mukhat. Mukhat means from the mouth of Devavrata, another name of Bhishmacharya. Upabhrumhitan, the teaching of Bhishmacharya. Upabhrumhitan means the teachings of Bhishmacharya. From his mouth, whatever I heard, dasyami te tava, to you. What are all contents of that moksha dharma? Just for sample, he enumerate the names of those contents, items in that moksha dharma. Jnanam and Vairagyam, about dispassion, then Vijnanam and direct knowledge, Aparoksha Jnanam, and Aparoksha Jnanam means Brahmanishtha, Atma Anubhava. Anubhava means here Atma Jnanam, Vijnanam, Shraddha. Shraddha means Shraddha. Bhakti. Bhakti means devotion. Upabhrumhitan. Mukhat Shrutavan, I heard, overheard. Shrutavan is in the first line. Upabhrumhitan, the teaching. Here Upabhrumhitan means that which is consisting of all these important values, teachings. Here Jnanam and Bhakti, two words are there in the shloka. Jnanam itself is Bhakti, Jnani Bhakti, Parabhakti, and again Lord Krishna is using the word Bhakti. What is the difference between Jnana bhakti and bhakti here, there is slight difference. Jnana means sadhya bhakti. Sadhya bhakti. Advaita bhakti. Bhakti means sadhana bhakti. The first karma lakshana bhakti, upasana lakshana bhakti. That type of bhakti. Okay. Here jnana means sadhya bhakti, highest bhakti, parabhakti ityartha. So that I am going to teach you. Next verse. Verse number 14. नवैकादश पञ्चान् स्त्रीन् भावान् भूतेषु येन वै ईक्षेताथैकमप्येषु तज्ज्ञानं मम निश्चितम् तत् ज्ञानं मम निश्चितम्. That jnanam, that alone is jnanam I consider. What jnanam? That jnanam, he says here in this shloka, jnanam is presented. Next shloka, vijnanam is presented. Because in the 13th verse, second line, Bhishmacharya taught about jnanam also and vijnanam also, that I am going to share with you. Hey Uddhava, Lord Krishna said. Now, what is jnanam? What do you mean by jnanam? Jnanam means the whole creation is created by God. He is the karanam, the entire creation is karyam. Bhagavan is the cause of this universe. This is called jnanam. Ishvaraha asti jagat karana rupena. Ishvara is there. How that is presented? Already familiar topic only this is. We saw in Bhagavad Gita 7th chapter and Bhagavad Gita 13th chapter 24-25 principle. Chaturvimshati tattvani. And those principles are presented here. First line, he gives all those principles of Sankhya. Exactly, Sankhya philosopher alone talk about all these principles that we borrow, which are very useful for the creation evolution. Nava, Ekadasha, Nava means 9, Ekadasha means 11, Pancha means 5, 3 means 3. Totally, how many in 28 are there? Nava means 9. What are those 9? First we have to see. Purusha, the Jiva, number 1. Then Prakriti, number 2. Mahat, number 3. They are all not here. We already saw in Bhagavad Gita that we have to remember here. Mahat, number 3. Then Ahankara, 4. Then 5 elements, 5 subtle elements. Totally 9. 4 plus 5, 9. Then after that, mind, pancha. See, ekadasha means 11. After 9, ekadasha has come. Ekadasha means 10 sense organs plus mind. Mind, Gita Bhashyam we saw elaborately. And mind plus 10 sense organs. 5 plus 5 plus 1, 11. Ekadasha. Dasha means 10, Eka means 1, 10 plus 1, 11. Then Pancha. Pancha means 5 subtle elements. 5 subtle elements, Pancha. Then 3 gunas. 3 Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas. 3. All these 3 are added. Previously there are 25 totally we saw. Now 25 plus 3 gunas, if you add, totally 28. So therefore Nava, 9 plus 11 plus 5 plus 3 here totally comes 28. totally 28. What are all these 28 principles? They are all cause of bhavan. Bhavan means all beings. Bhavan bhuteshu. Trin bhavan bhuteshu. All these 28 principles only modified into become products. Bhuteshu means products. They are all these are all 28 are the cause. We can take intermediary causes. Intermediary causes means apekshika karanam, not atyantikam. They are intermediary causes. They are all bhuteshu, in all beings. Ena vai. This meaning is because from whom they have come. From whom they have come. This is Brahma onwards, Chaturmukha Brahma onwards. Brahmadi sthavaranteshu. Sridhar Swami says, the commentator of Bhagavatam, Sridhar Swami, elaborately he writes commentary for these slokas. For all slokas normally he gives very brief commentary, but particularly these slokas he gives elaborate. 15th sloka he gives very much elaborate. So Brahma means Brahma onwards, Chaturmukha Brahma onwards. Bhuteshu means Brahmadi sthavaranteshu, up to blade of grass. Sthavaranteshu, up to trees. All of them, iksheta. Iksheta means they're all this the person has to understand all beings are born out of these 28 principles. Iksheta means understand. Jnanena iksheta. Jnanena, that is the meaning. Jnanena iksheta. One has to get the knowledge of, as yatova imani bhutani jayante, like that verse. We have to remember mantra. Then the next line, iksheta. Jnanena iksheta. One should see all of them as the products of that Paramatma only, ena, by whom they are all born. That is called Paroksha Jnanam. Then full stop. Afterwards, atha ekam api eshu tad jnanam mama nischitam. Atha. Then what he has to understand? Atha ekamapi. One is the main cause, Paramakaranam, Mulakaranam, ekam. That is Advitiyam. Advitiyam Paramatma ekam. Api yeshu. In all these beings, for all these karanams, there are intermediary causes, apekshika karanam, secondary causes of this entire universe. But for all of them, Mahat, Ahankara, sense organs are born out of whom? From Paramatma, the Mula Karanam. That is why Ekam means here Advitiya Paramatma api eshu. In all of them, because of that Karanam alone, all these intermediary causes, they are producing the entire Nama Rupa Prapancha. The 28 principles, they are all depending upon the Parama Mula Karanam, that is Paramatma. That whoever knows, that is called Tat Jnanam Mama Nischitam. I consider this is my teaching. This is my teaching. This is whoever understand. This is 28 principles, products, this entire universe. Whoever understands this, this is called Jnanam. I consider it as Jnanam. So this ekamapi Bhuteshu means here we have to understand this Paramatma is beyond these products. All these Mahat, Ahankara, Pancha, Sukshma Bhutani, all of them are cause. Even though they are cause, they are within time and space. They are within time and space. Therefore, they all belong to empirical reality. Vyavaharika, Satyam, they are not absolute. But the one who is Mula Karanam, the Paramatma, is beyond all these. Beyond means not literal meaning you have to take. Beyond means beyond time and space. That means time and space cannot afflict the Paramatma, the Mula Karanam. But the time and space, all other causes, 28 principles which are all there, they are all under the grip of Kala and Desha. So they are all not permanent. That is the idea. There is one principle which is beyond time and space. So that beyond means not space-wise difference, time-wise difference, but beyond it is in and through time and space. It is in and through time and space, that Paramatma, and that in and through time space at the same time it is not afflicted by the time and space. Paramatma is not afflicted by that time and space is the meaning of beyond. That we have to remember here. So that is the meaning of Desha Kala Avadibhyam Nirmuktam. That we know in Narayaniyam first verse. You can remember here. Now we'll go to the next verse. What is Vijnanam? Vijnanam, this is the 15 and 16 verses are very, very significant, highly Vedantic verses. Highest teaching comes here. Not only that, many words are omissions are there. Omissions in the sense you cannot get the meaning by just reading the sloka. You cannot get it, but it is very difficult. That is why I am going to take the Sridhara Swami's commentary on this 15th verse. Then only you can understand this verse, how he commented upon this. Otherwise it is very difficult to understand this sloka, because it is elliptical sloka that in commentary they have written there down. That means some words are omitted. You have to join those words, you have to supply those words, then only you can get full meaning. I will read the page number, the next page, verse number 15, 206, page number, verse number 15. Etadeva hi vijnanam na tathaikena enayat stityutpatyapyayan pasyet bhavanam trigunatmanam. This is the teaching what we already saw in Upanishads in a different word format we are going to see here. Look into the verse. That Anvaya itself is difficult. See, first Ekena word is there in the first line. Ekena. Ekena means hetuna. Ekena hetuna, by which one principle, heto trutiya. Because of that one principle only, what he has understood in the previous sloka, that he is that thread he is bringing here, connecting. That is Jnanam. One Paramatma is the cause of this entire universe. Nama Rupa Prapancha, they are all products. So Karyam, always depending upon Karanam, Karyam doesn't exist separate from Karanam, distinctly it cannot separate. Therefore, karana sattve karya sattvam, karana abhave karya abhavaha. Tasmat karanam alone is appearing as karyam. That is the idea presented in the above sloka. That is jnanam. Now vijnanam is this ekena, by which one principle karanam, mula karanam, parama karanam, that karanam ekam adhishtanam brahma ityartha. Ekam means adhishtanam brahma ekena. Then yat word you have to convert into yada. When a person understand how, see, ekena bhavanam trigunatmanam sthiti utpatti apyaya jnanena pashyet. Ena jnanena pashyet. Ena jnana means by above said knowledge, jnana. By above said 28 principles are the intermediary causes of all products, all beings, and they are all depending upon the Mula Karanam. That Mula Karanam alone is the absolute cause. Yena Jnanena. Yena Jnanena Ekena Yada. Sthiti means because of that Paramakaranam Brahma, Adhishtanam Brahma alone, the entire Nama Rupa Prapancha is born out of that. So, originated. Sthiti is there first, but you have to take Utpatti. First Utpatti, Sthityutpatti Apyaya. Very difficult to, you have to split it properly. Utpatti, first origination. Then Sthiti, sustenance. Then apyaya means laya, dissolution. These three are from whom they are emerging out, from whom they have come. They have come first. In science, so they talk about all the things are first elements, then molecules reduced into atoms, then atoms reduced into subatomic particles, then it comes into energy. Like that they talk. Finally they say come to uncertainty. Because it is uncertain, they come to uncertainty. But in Vedanta we say the entire universe is not uncertain, it is based on, depending upon, supported by Brahman consciousness. That is the point we have to note here. And just example, if you remember pot and clay. There is no pot other than clay. There is no ornament without gold. There is no ornament without gold. So pot is only karyam. Pot exists because of clay. So the clay alone is the karanam. Clay alone appearing as karyam. Karyam is mithya, karanam is satyam. Ornaments are mithya, gold is satyam. Wave is mithya, water is satyam. All karanams are satyam, their products are mithya, because products are not really existing separately. They are not there, really speaking. Where is ornament? Chain, golden chain. Can golden chain exist separately? Gold is there and chain is there. You cannot say. Pot is there and clay is there. You cannot say. Clay alone is in the pot form. Gold alone is in the ornament form. Therefore, you cannot say they are separate. Wave cannot exist separate from water. Therefore, whatever is dependently existing is mithya. Whatever is independently existing is satyam. This is the law. You have to remember. Wave is dependently existing on water. Therefore, wave is mithya, unreal. And pot is depending upon clay. Therefore, it is mithya. And clay is satyam. Similarly, ornament is dependently existing on gold. Therefore, gold is satyam, ornament is mithya. These are all we saw in our Upanishad classes, Vedanta, previous classes. You know very well. When you apply, up to here we are very happy, everyone nod the head. It is very clear, Swamini, it's very nice, very clear. But when you come to the Paramatma, the Karanam, and everything is Karyam, since Nama Rupa Prapancha is Karanam, Karyam Prapancha does not exist separate from Paramatma, therefore Prapancham is Mithya. World is Mithya. Karyatvat Ghatavat. Karyatvat Ghatavat. That is the idea hidden here. We have to understand. He says this yada, first you have taken yada ekena ena sthiti utpatti sthiti apyaya jnanena pashyet. Whoever understand this knowledge, next first line alone is very, very terse portion, very much the words are missing there. I have to add Trigunatmanam Bhavanam is in the second line, is very clear. Second line is very clear. Bhavana means of all beings which are all made out of three gunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas. They are all born out of Yena, Ekena, Parama Karanena, Adhishthanam Brahma. Then first line only you have to understand what Lord Krishna want to communicate. Yena ekena parama karanena. I am going to introduce that Sridhar Swami's commentary to the words which are missing. You have to supply some words, then you will get the full meaning. Yena ekena means parama karanena vyaptan. All the nama rupas are pervaded by vyaptan paramakaranena, one cause, mula karanam, anekatmakan bhavan, but all different names, different forms, different attributes. With all of them, purvam aikshata. Sridhar Swami writes, Purvam Aikshata. In what previous sloka we saw that, oh, Bhagavan is the cause. Everything is born out of Bhagavan. Bhagavan is the Srishtikarta. The whole universe is born. Fine. Purvam Eke Aikshata. Aikshata means what? In the previous verse we saw that 14th verse, Purvam Aikshata Tan Tadha Purvat Na Aikshata. Now he should not see that whole world is there. Bhagavan is sitting in somewhere after creating this entire universe and watching from the top. From watching from the top, he is enjoying the world. What is my creation? What I have done? No. Tatha na aikshata. What you have understood in that 14th sloka, that is only jnanam, my dear. Purvat na aikshata. Like previously you should not see means what? Karanam is there, Bhagavan. Karyam is there. The entire world, including my body, mind complex is also Karyam. Bhagavan created me and created an entire universe for me to enjoy. Like that, this thought is not correct. Up to 13th, 14th sloka, it is okay, fine. That is only jnanam. Now, from that jnanam, you have to come to what? Kintu tad ekam paramakaranena brahma eva. You have to understand that Brahman alone is eka karanam. Once, what is the hidden corollary here? Since Brahman is the cause, I said what in examples? Wave is unreal, water is real. Wave is not there separately from water. Yes, correct, Swamini, 100% correct. Same way you apply here. Since Brahman is the cause, Eka Karanam, Parama Karanam, Mula Karanam, Brahman alone is the cause, then world can exist. Wave is not there, you said. Ornaments are not there, really, you said. And you accepted that. And pot is not there, really, you said. Same way you apply here. Same law. That's what Sridhara Swami is asking. Kintu tadekam paramakaranam brahma eva iti yada pashyati. You have to supply. I have supply the words. When you understand this, the entire nama rupa is karyam, product. It is mithya, ghatavat. Its karanam brahma is satyam. Correct? Then tada is word, et tad word is there. That for that that is a correlative pronoun. Yat yada you say etadevahi. Tada etadevahi vijnanam uchyate. This alone is called vijnanam. What is vijnanam now? There is only Brahman, Adhishtanam, whatever is seemingly born, Sthiti, Srishti, Sthiti, Laya, all these are all only appearance. Wave is only appearance. As you are seeing a wave, what you are seeing? Water. When you are seeing ornament, you are seeing ornament or gold? Gold. When you are seeing the pot, what you are seeing? Pot or clay? I am seeing pot also, Swamini, clay also. You cannot say, okay? If you say like that, some clay is there in the mind and artham. Okay? While I am seeing the pot, I am seeing clay alone. Why I am seeing, take your own chain. You are wearing chain, you are wearing golden ornaments. Look at them, take into your hand, look at them. Am I seeing gold or ornament? Gold alone, which is in the ornament form. Form is unreal. Gold alone I am seeing. Same way he says here, aparoksham tada etadeva vijnanam uchyate. When you see adhishtanam brahma is the cause for this srishti sthiti laya, whatever brahmadi sthavaram teshu, whatever beings you are seeing in the world, they are only products. But what you are seeing, when I am seeing the world, what I am seeing really? Brahman. Brahman only. I am not seeing the world. When I am seeing the ornament, I am seeing the gold. Similarly, when I am seeing the world, really speaking, I am seeing the Brahman alone. In the world form. In the Jagat Rupena Aham Pashyami. This is called Aparoksha Jnanam Uchyate. Vijnanam. This is called Vijnanam. Then Aparoksha Jnanena Jnanetu Bhaditameva Dagdha Patavat. This is the word used by Sridhara Swami. What he says, once you have falsified the pot, I hold the pot, you are all seeing the pot, I hope. Now you have to falsify the pot. Pot angara porulle kadiyadu. There is no substance called pot. Correct? Like that, this is called badha, negation, refutation. So this is called badhitameva dagdha patavat. Once you burn the cloth, once you burn, its shape remains, but the cloth won't be there. After burning a paper or cloth, you see, it appears, the shape appears, but it doesn't exist. Dagdha patavat. Pata means cloth. These are all Sridhara Swami's commentary. Beautiful commentary, brilliant commentary. Therefore, I would like to share with you, because that shloka, first line, is very, very no, difficult to do anvaya, because many words are missing. Dagdha patavat jivan muktaha samsara sesham pashyati. Jivan muktaha, the person who is liberated after getting atma jnanam, vijnanam, aparoksha jnanam, he sees the entire jagat as dagdha patavat, burnt cloth. There is no cloth at all, but it is only appearance, cloth like appearance. Dagdha patavat or ghatavat, you can say. Ghatavat. Tataha param na pashyati. Other than param brahma, he won't see anything. Sridhara Swami says, ataha param, that afterwards, after vijnanam, param na pashyati. Tataha param means other than param brahma, I don't see anything. For jnani, whole world is Brahman. For ajnani, whole world is real. Brahman is appearing as world. World is real for ajnani. Ataha paroksha paroksha jnani jnana vijnana shabdabhyam muchyate muchyate iti. Once you understand this vijnanam is there, karya karana vilakshanam brahma, you understand. Karyamu nasti, karanatvamu nasti, ekam brahma, ekameva dvitiyam. So once karyam is not there, where is karanam? As long as karyam is there really, you can give the karanatvam status. Now you tell me, once pot is mithya, can you say clay is karanam? Clay is not karanam. Karanatvam also is not there. Once karyam is mithya, karanatvam status also gone. Therefore, karya karana, all of them are not there really. Paroksha paroksha jnani. So paroksha jnanam first, then aparoksha jnanam next. Jnanam, vijnanam. Paroksha jnanam is jnanam, aparoksha jnanam is vijnanam. Because everything is Brahman alone. There is nothing else other than Brahman. This is aparoksha jnanam or vijnanam. From these two words, he is free. Once he understands. Ekameva tadaneka karanam karanantara nirasa karanam karya karana vilakshanam yat brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani. Viveka Chudamani Shankaracharya says, aham brahma, I am neither cause nor effect. Karya karanam and only vyavaharikam, I am paramarthikam. That is the idea. Trigunatma. Trigunatmana means savayavanam ityarthaha. Like Bhashyam class, this is okay. Ghatadivat iti pashyet. All these 28 principles are like pot. Whole world you put in the pot like. Okay, pot like. That is the sentence meaning of the first line. Etadevahi vijnanam. Na tatha, like jnanam. Not tadha na pashyet. Tadha na means what? Whole world is born out of Brahman. Sthiti, Srishti, Sthiti, Laya. Srishti kadiyadu, Sthiti kadiyadu, Layamu kadiyadu. Adella only one aberration. It's only an appearance. You have to understand this. Etadeva hi vijnanam bhavati. You can supply bhavati. Vijnanam bhavati. Na tadha ekena means like that in the first shloka. You have understood. People are all very happy to say Bhagavan has created and sitting up and up in heaven, and I can call him whenever I want. Bhagavan help me. Come and help me. No, it is sustained by me. I am that Brahman, Adhishtanam. So, therefore, from me, the one, just as how can I say, Swamini, from me only this has come? Your consciousness. Consciousness is Brahman. From Brahman alone everything is appearing. Whatever is appearing is not real. How can I say this? Just like a waker. I, the waker alone, am the creator of the dream world. I alone sustain the dream world objects. Into me alone the dream world dissolve. Am I not creator? Waker. I, the waker, am the creator, sustainer and destroyer of this entire dream world. Dream world is born, dream world is that easiness who gives. Therefore you have to say, from me the waker, just as the dream is born, dream is sustained, dream is dissolving into me when I wake up. So without me the waker, there is no dreamer, there is no dream world. Happily you can say that. You are telling, you know that. Similarly, without me, the Brahman, there is no waker. I, the Brahman, alone am the cause for the waking world. I, the Brahman, alone is the cause, is sustaining the waking world. I, the Brahman, alone, into me alone, the entire world merges. Your dream world is real. You have created the dream world. Is it real? You are sustaining the dream world. Is it real? No. Similarly, I, the Brahman consciousness, am lending Sat Chit, is called generating, creating the Nama Rupa Prapancha. Because as long as I give lending existence, consciousness, it exists, appears. And when I withdraws, it dissolves, that existence and consciousness. This is the idea. I hope I have communicated. This is called Vijnana Shastram. But the science of Vijnana Shastram is different. Science, that Vijnana Shastram. Here Vijnana means Atma Jnanam, Aparoksha Jnanam. Here, that is the meaning. Let us go to the next verse. Just I'll introduce. Adavante cha madhye cha srujya srujyam yadanviyat punastat prati sankrame yachishyeta tadeva sat. Tadeva sat. Whatever existing after falsifying everything, sishyeta, remaining portion, remainder, that which remains of what? Adav ante cha madhye cha srujya srujyam. Products after products are produced again and again. Material world is produced. Yad anvitam, whatever is inhering in this matter, Nama Rupa Prapancham, existence is continuous. Adav, Ante, Madhye. Adav means Srishti Purvam. Ante means Srishti Anantaram. Srishti and Pralaya. Madhye, at the time of sustenance. 3 periods of time. Srijya Srijya. The products are continuously coming and going, coming and going. Paramatma is like wood, whole world is like furniture. Paramatma is like gold, whole world is like an ornament, like that. Yes, Chishyeta, that which remain, Tadeva Sat, that alone is existence, real. Punaha tat prati sankrame. So it comes, appears and it goes. Punah sankrame means dissolution, withdrawal. It goes into that. This is to be explained further in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ।